Name that animal. Go on then. Go on then. That sounds good. I don't want a timer on it. No timer. Right, name that animal. Let me just zoom it for you because it's unfair if you can't see it properly. I don't want to let you have the... I don't think it's fair to let you have the list at the bottom because I think this is stupid. I'm going to take the list off the bottom. You're only going to get to see the list as like a sort of decider. Yeah, because I think it's silly to have... I can read the list out to you, but really what you're looking for is the picture. And name the animal. Now, some people don't believe this exists. Hedgehog, we all say hedgehog, yeah? A Nutter of the Year Awards, that's a good idea. The sort of thing that someone should do the admin on now, otherwise we'll never get it done. We should be preparing, honestly as well, I should prepare things in advance for stuff like that. Like, they do on telly. You're right, quacker. You're right, little quackers. It's the daytime, you don't need to quack at me now. Hedgehog. That's correct. Next, what's that? I know what that is, so I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm going to see if anyone in the audience knows.
Fact.
But I do know what that is.
Fact.
And obviously I can see the options, but... No. Stingray?
Bang.
No. We need a more negative than a bang, don't we? Because both of these sound quite positive. Red fan, yeah. Quite. You're close, but not quite close.
Bang.
Close, but not exactly. Not exactly.
Bang.
Very close. No, Pixie, it's not Escape.
Bang.
Red fan's the closest. Just one little bit off. That's right.
Fact.
Fact. There we go. Horseshoe crab.
Fact.
It's the horseshoe crab, yeah. One word horseshoe, but horseshoe crab, yeah. They look like a little helmet thing. Like when you flip them over, they got all legs and stuff, and you think, oh, they're going to get me, but they're not very dangerous. Next. And this is actually quite difficult because the options are quite specific, but like just saying snake won't cut this. The options are quite specific, so you need to tell me the specific type of breed of snake. Obviously I'm going to give you the fact that it's snake. Sorry, Red Fan. Oh, you have to have the exact answer on the card.
Fact.
It's Luke's quiz, it's not my quiz. Oh my god, Luke was going to do a quiz on his show, wasn't he? And now I'm doing a quiz and he's the one with the voices.
Fact.
This is incredible.
Fact.
I don't know if I should accept the answer, Lorraine. Like, you're close.
Fact.
But
Bang.
not exactly what it says on the card, again. And since I've just been really specific about saying exactly what it says on the card,
Bang.
I'm going to have to stick to exactly what it says on the card. It is a very specific kind of snake. There you go, Red Fan. Red Fan's got in there. But again, you didn't say the full name.
Bang.
Because, like, there you go.
Fact.
Pixie gets the points.
Fact.
You got done. But Pixie said it earlier as well. But I missed it.
Where's the fucking blonde whore with the fucking tits and a fish net and a fish net and a fish net and a fish? Where's that fucking blonde cunt whore? Where is she? Where is she? Where's that fucking whore at?
That's quite a nice button, isn't it, that one? So I don't actually know what this is, but it's given me some options and I've made a good guess in my brain. I think I know what it is now, but no one's going to get this. I'll tell you the only reason you'd get this, and it's sad, but the only reason you'd get this is if you were into wearing fur, I think. I think that's where I've heard the word, but like, I don't think anyone's going to get this. None of these words that are coming up in chat are on the list either.
Fact. Bang.
Nobody said any of them that, no, it's not
Bang.
a mink, but no one said any of them, it's not a snow mink either.
Bang.
I don't think anyone's going to get this, it's a stupid...
Bang.
I might have to show you the words to give you a chance. Oh,
Fact.
Lorraine. Lorraine got it. Ermine. What is that? It does look like a stoater of all those other things that you all said. And if you'd have said to me, it's a mink or a snow mink or something, I'd have been like, yeah, that's what that is. But apparently it's an ermine. So there you go.
Fact.
Don't worry, Ellie, we've already got it. So too late.
Fact.
This one, again, I think we're going to need a bit more specifics than just what you think it is. Like, just the like saying it's a, thing isn't going to get it, but like you might need a little bit more specific, although I wouldn't have got the specifics of this. So again, like, we're going to need some geniuses out here, because I don't know.
Bang. Bang. Bang.
It might be a moth,
Bang.
or it might be a butterfly. I can't tell because there's two options on the thing.
Bang.
So, yeah, everyone's behind actually, because you've got, to be honest, you've got a slight delay, haven't you? Like when I say something here, there's a slight delay as to when it comes up. So it's hard to do quizzes because there's a time delay on the streams. But
Fact.
this is something moth. So it is a moth. In that case, I'm going to stick to what. There's only. Well, should I just tell you? Because this is really difficult. No one's going to get this one, I don't think. Although I said that about the last one and someone got it. So. Apparently, these are the options underneath. Satyr butterfly, scarab. It's not a scarab. It's not an earwig. Or lunar moth. So I think by process of deduction, we're going to say lunar moth. And it is. The wingspan of the lunar moth can reach up to 4.5 inches across. Adult lunar moths do not have mouths and don't eat. They survive on food they ate as caterpillars, living for only about a week to engage in mating. Isn't that weird? Isn't it? I always think that moths are very pretty. Some people don't like them flitting around, but I find them very pretty. I never feel bad about moths.
Fact.
We actually got a fact in there at the end as well, didn't we, Luke?
Fact.
Next. And again, you're going to have to be specific.
Bang.
I don't know what this one is though, so I don't know how to judge it. It's either a frilled lizard, a sand skink, a bearded dragon, or a Komodo dragon. It doesn't look like it's got a beard though, does it? It could be the frilled lizard, but I think it might be the bearded dragon, yeah. I'll have to guess and press the bearded dragon. Oh no, it was the frilled lizard. It was the frilled lizard, right. Because if I don't know, how am I going to judge whether you've got it right? And again, we've got another issue here. Because, what's that? I think I know what it is, but, what's that?
Bang.
We've got bird of paradise, woodpecker, greater sage grouse, or long wattled umbrella bird. And I'm going to say it's not the bottom two. It can't be greater sage grouse or long wattled umbrella bird, because that's silly. And it doesn't look like a woodpecker, so I'd go bird of paradise. With that long tail and stuff. But, Yep, that's right. We've got one wrong so far, though. That's playing in my mind now. Sorry, Red Fam. It's not your fault. We both didn't know, but now that one of them is wrong, I feel like why push on? We're going to get a perfect clear, and we fucked it. But no, this one. You should get this one. I think you should all get this one. So I'm not going to show you the options. This one you should get.
Where's the fucking blonde whore with the fucking tits of the and a fish net and a fish net and a fish net and a fish? Where's that fucking blonde cunt whore? Where is she? Where is she? Where's that fucking whore at?
Some of you are saying see an enemy. Now that's on the list, but I don't want to press it because the other button on the list is urchin. I would have said urchin, but I might be wrong. It's not sea cucumber and it's not krill. It's either urchin or see an enemy. But one of them is like in a sort of shell, and one of them, I can't remember now. You've said a sea an enemy. So do you want me to press an enemy or urchin? So I think I'm going to press urchin. And we've already had one where I listened to you. Not urchin. Not urchin. See, that's making me think even more that I should press urchin because we listened to you on the last one. You went wrong. You're going to say an enemy. It isn't an enemy. I'm glad I listened to you. Always listen to you. Next. Okay, I think I would have had a crack at this, but I don't know. I think this is a bit cheeky. Because I think there's an answer on there I would have said, and there's an answer on there I would have only said if I'd read it on the list, but... this is tough. This one is tough.
I dream about food every night.
Right, let me show you the list. The list says basilisk, Gila monster, glass lizard, or salamander. Now, salamander, I get it. You know, I see why you want to say salamander. I would have said salamander myself if I hadn't seen the list. But when I saw basilisk, I thought this is a basilisk, because the salamander isn't as like the. What's different about this and a salamander for me is the quality of the skin. I think this is a bigger, thicker skin. Like you can see more. I think it's bigger. I think this is a basilisk, but you're saying salamander. You're all saying salamander. So I'm going to press salamander. But if we're wrong, I'm going to go mad. It's a Gila monster, so I can't go mad either. But it wasn't a salamander, so that's the last time I listened to you. A basilisk is a mythological... Oh, is it? I don't know. I just thought it seemed right. Like, some things just feel right to me, so I say them, and then I turn out to be right. So I like that. This one, obviously, it's a monkeys. So nobody needs to question this. It's obviously a monkeys. But the question is it a sloth, a jaboa, a tamarin, or a pika? And I want to say tamarin, but I'm not sure. But I thought tamarin's definitely a monkey, but I didn't think it was this kind of monkey. So tamarin. You want to go tamarin? Tamarin, tamarin, tamarin. Press it. It is a tamarin. We're on to the next one. There's 20 of these, and we're at number 11, so we should keep moving. But I'm not going to show you the. I think you can guess this, but it's going to take a bit of guessing. So I'm not going to show you the options, but your first guess, or most people's first guess, won't be correct. You see, gazelle, unfortunately.
Bang!
No, but this word will come to you eventually, I think, some of you. But you're going to need to dredge a bit of the old mind here. Look how high up that one is.
Bang!
So, think about that. Anyone? Anyone? A springbok, that's quite a good answer, but
bang!
No, but we're on the right, we're on the right pathway there. We're in the right continent there, I think. I'm not an expert on where all the animals come from. I've just noticed there's a hair on my microphone that I couldn't see because I've only got one contact lens in. Maybe that's been tickling my nose every time I come over here, and maybe you won't get it. Maybe you won't. I think if I was in the quiz on the telly and this was important for money, I eventually would get this, but well, it's just me. No one else?
Fact.
Impala. Impala.
Bang!
Next. Oh, come on. Who's going to get in first? Actually, none of those options. Oh, yeah, no. Is it? You got to specify the monkey. See, I thought it was a baboon. That's exactly what I said. But unfortunately...
Bang!
No. So maybe they're cheating us on this one. I'm going to have to show you the options, because I thought it's definitely a baboon as well. Your son would know this. Why? Is he into monkeys with big bare bums or something? What a strange thing to say. Is it a macaque, a mandrill, a bonobo, or an orangutan? Is it a macaque, a mandrill, a bonobo, or an orangutan? It's definitely not an orangutan, is it? And it's not a macaque. You all like mandrill. I was going to go with bonobo, but they've got the big nose, haven't they?
Bang!
So let's go.
Fact.
And let's go for mandrill, yeah. Mandrill it is. You'll remember that now. This is really difficult, I think. Might not be difficult for the Americans in the audience, but for me, it looks insane for a start. I've never seen a bird with a head like that. And the options that we've got, like, see, I would have said that as well, Pixie, but no, it's not. Unfortunately not.
Bang!
But I'm going to leave the question out there in case anyone can get it, because people might get it, but it looks loopy to me. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in real life. There's other options on the list that are definitely not, so I know which one it is, but Do you think it's an eagle? It could be. Well, there's one that says it might be. I think it's that, Red Fan. I think it's condor. It says California condor or great egret. So it can't be a great egret, can it? I'm going to go with California condor. It is the California condor. I didn't make you do the answer on the card because it was way too difficult. The California condor has a naked head and neck to decrease the possibility of scavenging meat getting stuck to the bird while feeding.
Fact.
Like other vultures, the California condor has a naked head and neck to decrease the possibility of scavenged meat getting stuck to the bird while feeding.
Fact.
What the fuck? Oh, well, I shouldn't really. There's a reason why this is there. I should probably show you the choices because this is a bit unfair, really. This one. There's multiple guesses. This is either a yak, a chamois, a carcass or castle, or a gnu. So, what do you reckon? Are we talking yak or gnu? Castle or chamois? Because I think it's gnu. I think gnu. I think when you see the options, it's more like,
Fact.
but like if you didn't, it might be.
Bang.
Anyone else? Have you all wanted to do this? Who wanted to do this? Half of you have stopped typing in chat now. Are you just doing it in your head? It's alright doing it in your head. You think chamois? Chamois? You don't think it's a gnu. Now you're coming in. And you don't think it's a gnu. It's three-legged, whatever it is. It's looking at you, look. It's having a look at you. It's peeping at you. Gnus are heavier. See, I thought, yeah, but then I thought I've heard of a gnu, whereas I haven't heard of a chamois. It might be tiny. It could be big or small, to be fair. You don't know. Because you can't see anything else in the picture, so. Listening, you don't have a clue. You've got to at least have a guess. I don't know, which one should we press? Because I get it, a lot of people have said not gnu. I don't think it's a yak. Castle, I've never really heard of. I don't even know whether I'm pronouncing it right. Carousel or caracal, but chamois. Like, I thought that was a leather. Yeah, for window cleaning. But I didn't realise it was... Well, I suppose it's leather. It's from an animal then, isn't it? It is a chamois. Unbelievable. That's what a chamois really is. And all the window cleaning rags, they've just been murdering these little goats, which is well harsh. And I used to use them. Nice chamois leather for cleaning the car. That's what that is.
Fact.
The drying material, chamois, was originally made of leather sourced from the animal chamois.
Fact.
It says it underneath. There's a fact. It comes out with a fact when you do your answer.
Fact.
Now, I think I know the answer, but I want to see if any of you get it before you see the options, because no,
Bang.
not a lynx. This is possible, but it's hard. Not a cheetah.
Bang.
Not a cheetah. The answer I would have said, and it's on the list, so I think I might have my answer.
Bang.
Not wildcat, but those spots do throw you, I think. But then there are other answers on the list that maybe throw me a little.
Bang.
Not bobcat. Not a bobcat. The question is whether you want me to show you the pictures. Shall I read them out and you can pick off the list? I think this when I read the list, I think you're all going to say the same answer. So the list is marten, mink, kinkajou, or serval. I think you're all going to say the same answer. I sort of threw it there when I read it out as well. But that's okay, because we're just doing a quiz together. I think that's a serval. I think that's a serval cat. At least I would have done without all the spots. The spots have thrown me, but serval, yeah. Should we press serval? Let's press serval. Yes, serval. Despite topping out at around £40, servals have the largest ears in the cat family. If humans had the same head-to-ear proportion as servals, human ears would be the size of dinner plates.
Fact. Bang.
The fact bang quiz is fucking brilliant, isn't it? The bang fact quiz.
Banged.
Quiz.
Fact. Bang.
Quiz. I wonder if any of his quiz videos are still up. I bet he's taken them down now, but I could have got him saying quiz as well, couldn't I?
Banged. Fact. Bang.
Has he taken them down now, the members' quizzes? Oh, fancy living in a world where he's taken down the members' quizzes. Fancy living in a world. He has as well. You've got the Jim McDonald quiz, that's still there. But the ones where he was doing not Coronation Street, what did he do? He did game shows off the telly. Those have gone, along with the thumbnails, which is a bit of a shit, really. Like, once you've made the mistake of, like, you know, I say about not doing, like, different content on the channel and messing it up and stuff. And once he's made the mistake of doing it, like, it's alright, just leave it up there now. Like, it's your old content. It just is what it is. But, like, the fact he does all those sneaky deletes even within a year, like, that's really changed now, his channel, hasn't it? When you look at what it looks like there, that's all gone. But we've got the bang fact quiz. You can't take it away from me.
Fact.
Right, what's that? The answers are unsatisfactory to me. I don't know if there is an answer here. That I think I know what it is, and I just don't know why it's not telling me the right answers underneath. So I'm going to let you tell me what it is in chat, and if we all agree, then I'm going to just tell the computer that it's stupid.
Fact. Fact.
I think you're right in chat.
Fact. Fact.
But you know what it says? Can you guess what it says? There's another one, Red Fan, yeah.
Fact.
I would accept, me personally, I'd accept all of those, because I think even, I don't know about Locust, but I think they go through different, like, phases, or, like, they can transform, like, don't Locusts, like, transform for the season, or for the time and the thing, anyway.
Fact.
Like, I think that's alright, but the options we've got here are Praying Mantis, Weevil, Katydid, or Katydid, and Aphid. And, like, it's clearly not an aphid. Aphids are tiny. And, like, weevils are in flower, aren't they? They're like little tiny insects in flower. And it's not a praying mantis. So that leaves Katydid. But Katydid. You think it's a mantis? Haven't they got, like, the big arms? I know they're green. I'm going to press Katydid, because I think that might be, like, the name for a grasshopper that... Yeah.
Fact.
The leaf-like Katydid, is named for the song it produces, which is said to sound like Katie did, Katie didn't. Katydid. So it's like a grasshopper with a specific name. It's a grasshopper.
Disgusting!
Fact.
Katie did, Katie didn't. Katie did, Katie didn't, apparently is its song. Kate, and that's why they called it the Katydid.
Bang.
I don't like that. Next. Right, next. Let's move those so you can't see them as well, because some of these are good when you can't see them. Next. 17 of 20. Now, some of you can guess this, but it is a little bit of a difficult one. But that's the point of a quiz.
Bang.
Yes, we're doing a quiz, Marg.
Bang. Bang. Bang.
We're doing the bang fact quiz.
Banged. Fact. Bang.
Do you get a
Bang.
when you get it wrong, or a
Fact.
when you get it right? And really, we need another button for getting it wrong, because bang's too positive. But
Bang. Fact.
it's not a honey badger.
Bang.
It's not a honey badger. It's not a beaver. Have you seen its teeth? Who said beaver? Kaz. Beaver. Look at its little face. Beaver. Beavers have got the teeth for the doing the wood like that. Kaz, come on. Pull it together.
Bang.
Somebody check on Kaz. Somebody send someone to check on Kaz.
Bang.
Beaver. You want the options? You want the options? The thing is, when I tell you the options, you'll suddenly get it, I think. You'll be like, oh, you'll kick yourself when I tell you the options. I can see why you might say beaver. Like an old beaver that's gone funny colours and has got a scary little face. Red panda, close. No, I don't think it is, but like close, but like.
Bang.
Okay, here's some options coming at you. A shrew or a lynx? Obviously not. Tasmanian devil or wolverine? Tasmanian devil or wolverine? Answer in chat now. Answer A for Tasmanian devil or B for wolverine.
Bang. Fact.
Where's the fucking blonde whore with the fucking tits of the and a fishnet and a fishnet and a fishnet and a fish? Where's that fucking blonde cunt whore? Where is she? Where is she? Where's that fucking whore at?
Obviously, the time is up when she says, "Where's that fucking whore at?" And you've all said Wolverine. I think Wolverine's the correct answer. It is.
Fact.
Also known as the skunk bear or glutton, Wolverines are renowned for their ability to fight predators that are nearly twice their size.
Fact.
18. And hello, I didn't realise Eddie Vinyl Break was going to make an appearance in the quiz. I didn't realise Eddie's Vinyl Break's granddad was going to be in the quiz.
Fact.
Actually, I need a button for like riotous applause and laughter, don't I?
Bang. Fact.
So it's obviously a kind of monkiss, isn't it? It's a kind of monkiss, but unfortunately, just like earlier, I wanted to say bonobo as well. I was ready to click bonobo, but bonobo's not on the fucking list. But when you see the list, there will be no doubt in your mind as to which kind of monkey this is. So, my question is, do I then, do I show you the list or not? Because once I show you the list, it's over. To be honest. So...
There's facts, there's reality, and then there's your
Bullshit world.
You ready? Is it a howler monkey, a spider monkey, a capuchin monkey, or a proboscis monkey? What kind of monkey's that? Is it a howler, a spider, a capuchin, or a proboscis?
Fact. Bang.
Proboscis, isn't it? The big proboscis. You don't know exactly what the word proboscis means, but you know it means big, long, sticky out nose, don't you? So, proboscis. Sounds like it. The word sounds like it.
Fact.
Only male proboscis monkeys have their namesake pendulous noses, which are thought to serve as an echo chamber to echo their call.
Fact.
So it's to help make loud noises.
Fact.
Oh, who's this? Now that's a few different options on there that I don't know the answer to, so I'll leave this one to the audience before I show you the question. But I'll be surprised if anyone slams this one straight in. Strange little question. Again, I think it's got to do with the fur. I think if you're in America, you might recognise it. I think it's North American. I think it might be, something to do with the fur, but I don't know, but see what you chuffers think.
Did David Icke penetrate you with his penis?
Raccoon, no.
Bang.
Something fox, no.
Bang.
No.
Bang.
Everyone's getting banged about. Bushy tail, something, no.
Bang.
No. I think when you see the options, you'll recognise the names of the options, but whether you will decide together communicate, whether you'll all agree on which one it is, I don't know.
Bang.
It's not a foxy stoat. These are your options. Is it a nutria? No. A muskrat, a chinchilla, or a civet? Is it a muskrat, a chinchilla, or a civet? Now, I think nutria, I don't know what it is, so it can't be that, right? Silly. Muskrat, I don't think it's a rat. I feel like that sounds rodenty. And chinchilla, there's my alarm clock. It's time to get out of bed. That's my alarm clock. So it's time to get out of bed. Chinchilla, I think, is a little, so civet, isn't it? Everyone's saying civet, but some muskrat We've got some for muskrat. So I don't know. You know, I say civet. A civet is a kind of cat. I know that's certain. Civet is a civet cat, and this has got a very feline face and a little tail like a cat, but then it's got a sort of vulpine face as well, like a fox. So muskrat sounds like something that could be, but I don't know what a real muskrat sort of looks like. You think it's got a little berry nose. See, a civet is a kind of cat, but like, what kind of cat? How feline? I want to say civet. We've got a balance in chat, so I want to say civet. So I'm going to press civet, but we could be right, wrong. Who knows? So civet. It is the civet. It is the civet. But also a couple of
Bang!
in there as well. Your fact is coffee beans fermented inside and excreted out of civets are used to make a specialty coffee called Kopi Luwak, which sells for hundreds of dollars a pound. I don't want coffee that's been digested by a civet. And that sounds really bad because they just pick them up off the ground. If they're listen, if the coffee, the civets, this is really bad. It's written under there as a fact. I've seen it on the internet. It looks like fermented coffee beans in sticky white stuff or something, but they make the civets eat the coffee beans. They poo them out, and then the coffee beans have been through. They don't digest them fully, and then they make coffee out of them. It's really expensive. So obviously they're keeping these civet cats in torturous conditions and force feeding them coffee beans, aren't they, to make that happen? So no one should buy that. But if they just pick them up off the floor of the forest, they find these coffee beans on the forest, then maybe that's a delicacy. But it's just nobody really needs coffee beans that have been through the arse end of the civet. Next. This reminds me of someone as well. Don't know who. Honestly, I don't know who, but it does remind me of someone.
Now hold on, Lorraine.
Where's the fucking blonde whore with the fucking tits and a fishnet and a fishnet and a fishnet and a fish? Where's that fucking blonde cunt whore? Where is she? Where is she?
That button will get old quick.
Where's that fucking whore at?
She's still going. That button will get old quick, won't it? But so your choices are, and one of you might already be, but I don't know.
Bang!
Your choices are Hyrax, which I've never heard of, Otter, which is definitely not,
Bang!
Prairie Dog, or Wallaby. You think Hyrax? I don't even know what a Hyrax is. Prairie Dog, Hyrax, or Wallaby. Now, I would have said Prairie Dog because I know they're not actually dogs. I know they're a form of rodent. This has got rodent teeth in my mind. Little rodent ears. Little rodent nose. I think that's a rodent. So I would say Prairie Dog out of those choices. Wallaby, I think, is like a little... I think it's like a kangaroo, isn't it? An otter, definitely like a beaver, like in the water, not this. And a Hyrax. It looks cute. It looks scary to me. It looks like you might go, oh, look at that, and then it's bit you. Prairie Dog. It's the Hyrax. I got banged. It was the Hyrax, or Hyrax, depending on how you pronounce it. Though it might be hard to believe, given the vast difference in their size and appearance, the Hyrax is the closest living relative to... Okay, can anyone else get this as a fact? This is your bonus question, because this is the last question anyway. But this is your bonus. If anyone gets this, I will be absolutely blown. Don't look on the internet. Don't look on the internet, but... Though it may be hard to believe, given their vast difference in size and appearance, the Hyrax is one of the closest living relatives to... What animal is the closest living relative to this? Or one of the closest living relatives? What animal is one of the closest living relatives to this? There's no one in chat will get this. I'll give you a clue, it doesn't look like this. So guinea pig and lemming are way off.
Bang!
Guinea pig and lemming are way off.
Bang!
Deer? No.
Bang!
Pixie?
Fact.
It is an elephant. Apparently, the closest living relative... Despite its vast difference in size and appearance, the Hyrax is one of the closest living relatives to the elephant.
I
don't believe that as a fact. I mean, it says it, but you don't have to believe everything you read on Encyclopedia Britannica, do you? Do you want to see your results? I don't need to see the results, really. I know that we did really well. 17 out of 20. So, congratulations, it says. I don't know why it's 17 out of 20, you know, congratulations. But, look, I know you want to do the next one. We'll do one more. I know that, obviously, you want to do... Oh, look, this is... I thought it would be pictures. This is different. So... Who's up for this? Oh, there's a timer. Wait, no. I'm not having a timer. No. Timer bonus off. French for pastry cream. What type of custard is used to fill an eclair? I obviously know the answer to this. Like cooking, I'm going to know all the answers. Pastry cream. What kind of custard is used to fill an eclair? Come on. Come on. Can you see them? Is it too small? This is your basic French cooking, taught in all the French cooking, in all the cooking schools or whatever. You see it on bloody Ready Steady Cook these days. It's creme patissiere.
Fact.
We still get facts as well. Eclairs are traditionally filled with creme patissiere or pastry cream. That's the fact. That's a really... Listen, the fact is really cheap. The fact is the same information. Eclairs are traditionally filled with creme patisserie. Patissiere. That's what it... That's the question. You can't fact me the question. That's well out of order. I feel like Britannica are cheating me now. Encyclopedia Britannica are cheating me. Cinnamon sugar is an integral part of which baked good? Cinnamon sugar is an integral part of which baked good? Now, I don't know the answer because I don't know what a snickerdoodle or a stroopwafel is. But I think a baklava is honey and not pecans, what am I talking about? It's honey and pistachio with phyllo pastry layered, so it's not that. Biscotti is little Italian biscuits. I don't recognise there being any cinnamon involved, isn't it? But you were saying biscotti in chat there. A lot of you have said stroopwafel is Dutch. I mean, why would stroopwafel need cinnamon sugar, and what is it even? And a snickerdoodle, what is even that? So... I mean, cinnamon sugar itself is a bit of an outside ingredient, isn't it? Like, sometimes you put cinnamon in things, but, like, making the cinnamon sugar first and then using it. Like, it must be traditional, maybe. So, maybe it's the Dutch thing. Baklava is very sticky, yeah, but, like, I don't recognise baklava as... Like, I've made baklava myself, and, like, I've eaten it, and, like, I just don't recognise it as having any cinnamon. Like, it's honey, it's pistachio, it's phyllo pastry. They're the three, like, key ingredients there. So I think I want to say stroopwafel then. It'd probably come around and be biscotti, won't it? A lot of you have said biscotti, but a lot of you have said stroopwafel. It's snickerdoodle. The snickerdoodle is a cookie rolled in a mixture of cinnamon and sugar. It's an American thing. That's rubbish. That's why that is. Because nobody's ever had one. Nobody knows what it is. It's some rubbish. We shouldn't have got that wrong. That's not real cooking. A cookie rolled in sugar. Is it? Go away. The main ingredient... This is baked goods, so I suppose it's fair enough, but... What's the main ingredient in meringue, which makes it light and fluffy? Right? The question is... The answer is wrong. Obviously, I know the answer they want me to say, but I just want to tell you that it's wrong.
Bang, bang, bang.
Obviously, the answer is egg whites. There's only two ingredients in meringue, egg whites and sugar. Yeah? So they want me to say egg whites. But that's not what makes it light and fluffy. What makes it light and fluffy is beating it and incorporating the air. That's what makes it light and fluffy. So the ingredient which makes it light and fluffy is either air or hard work, or you can make a machine do it. But it's the beating it and the air. So it's made from egg whites and sugar, so it's going to be egg whites, but that doesn't make it light and fluffy. You can have egg whites, they're not light and fluffy. So the question's wrong. Next. And these things, those used to really annoy me on an exam or in a quiz night. Like, you can't have incorrect questions, because how am I going to give you the correct answer? Like, if that was a quiz in quiz night at the pub, yeah, they'd read it out, we'd write it down, and then it comes around the answers, and they'd say, and the answer is egg whites. And I'd say, no, the answer's not egg whites, it's air. I've written air, and the answer is air. And they'd say, sorry, the answer on the card is egg whites. And I'd say, no, the answer on the card is wrong. The answer is air. And it says, there's your fact. Look, here's your fact. Here's your
Fact.
meringue is made by whipping egg whites with sugar. So it even mentions the whipping part. So, next. What measure is equivalent to 3 teaspoons in the US and UK and 4 teaspoons in Australia? I don't know why it puts US first. We invented the fucking measurement system. It's imperial because of the empire. So I don't know why that. But what measure is equivalent to 3 teaspoons? And why has Australia got different spoons? I didn't even bother to read the others out because it's silly, isn't it? It's from southern France and often shaped like an ear of wheat. An ear of wheat. Fougasse is a type of what? Fougasse. Fougasse is a type of what? Now listen. The quiz is the fucking baked goods quiz. So it's not going to be a hat, is it? Like, I critiqued the question last time. I'm critiquing the question again. I don't care. I'm alright to critique the question. It's obviously not going to be a hat. Like, what kind of fucking question is this? Well done, everyone in chat. But it wasn't going to be a fucking... And also, you said dram there, Pixie. You're naughty, because it wasn't a dram. Somebody guessed... You guessed the quarter cup there, Mark. No, it was the tables that... Come on. This is going to... You're going to start making me cross now. You had to learn this in school, didn't you? I did. Didn't you have to learn weights and measures? Like, I had to learn a load of stuff in school, which I didn't think I'd ever care about, but... Like... This is where it comes out now. Yeah, it's bread. Fougasse is a type of bread associated with the Provence region of France. This kind of bread's originated in ancient Rome and developed into fougasse in France and focaccia in Italy. So there you go. It's not a hat. In the baked goods quiz. Which of these grains does not contain gluten? That's a bit more of an interesting question. I think we should all get it right. Just by nature of process of elimination. Wheat, barley, buckwheat and farro. You said buckwheat. I was going to say the farro. I don't know what a farro is, so I was going to say the farro. Definitely not wheat, is it? Like, wheat's got... Like, wheat's the whole... Like, wheat is gluten. That's the whole thing. Everyone goes on about, oh, too much wheat and it's not going to be... Oh, it's barley. Again, it's, like, definitely a grass. Like, I would have said buckwheat goes in the same ballpark, so I'd have said farro, but... You don't know what it is either. So when something like this is something you don't know what it is, that helps, because it's like sometimes when you do know what it is, like, and don't, like, the fact I don't know what it is makes me think I don't know any grains that don't contain gluten. So well done, Red Fan. I can't unclick it now. Red Fan got it right. I feel bad now because I poo-pooed it. Sorry.
Bang, 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 bang.
Disgusting!
You're a farmer. Yeah, I know. So what? Doesn't mean you know all the grains. Do you know what farro is? I've heard of farrow fields where you leave them to go, you know, to rack and ruin for a year. Just leave it to farrow. But I thought that had a W on the end. Nobody knows what a farrow is. Not even you. So don't come that. Yeah, no, I should have trusted you. I've heard of buckwheat in America, but I just thought it would be like a kind of wheat. And how can a kind of wheat not have... You know, I thought it just definitely... Because why put wheat in it? A mooncake, eaten during the Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival, will often include what at the centre to symbolise the full moon? In Asbo Casbo said a coin. The other options here are a peanut, a cherry, or an egg yolk. Now, I know a certain peanut who's always interested in the coin. But low vibrational messing around on the old YouTube and surrounding yourself with low vibration people who get all eggy and tetchy and do their lies and their weird fucking sickness, that's going to get you nothing. On the other hand, you know, cherries, nice cherries, get a hold of your cherries. It's obviously not going to be a peanut, is it? Because it's like a tiny peanut. I think it's an egg yolk. I think it's an egg yolk. I know you want to say coin, prosperity, I get that, but I don't think... No, I think an egg yolk. I've seen them do a lot of cooking with eggs on the old internet. I think it's going to be an egg yolk. I'm going to have to click it. It is an egg yolk. The most common filling for the traditional mooncake is lotus paste with a salted duck egg yolk in the centre.
Fact.
Which of these liquids can be combined with baking soda to become a leavening agent? You mean to help the bread rise? Leavening. Alexa, define leavening.
As a noun, 11 is usually defined as a cardinal number, 10 plus 1. As an adjective, 11 is usually defined as amounting to 11 in number. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for 11.
Alexa, describe leavening.
Leavening is a social process in which the uniqueness of the individual is rendered non-existent by assigning equal value to all aspects of human endeavours.
Alexa,
thus missing all the intricate...
what is a leavening agent?
I don't know that.
I'm not talking English. Alexa, what is a leavening agent?
Lebanon usually refers to a republic at the end of the Mediterranean, N of Israel. 3,927 square miles.
She's doing Lebanon now.
1,170
The Lebanon.
kilometers. Capital.
I didn't say Lebanon.
For more,
Alexa,
ask me to give you
stop. I didn't say Lebanon. I very clearly enunciated my words. Alexa, in baking, what is a leavening agent?
Here you go.
It's doing the TV now. Alexa, in baking, what is a leavening agent?
This might answer your question. A powdered compound used in baking as a leavening agent. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, and a starch, such as cornstarch. Baking powder is added to doughs and batters, becoming activated when it is mixed with liquid and then continuing to react as it is heated.
It didn't tell me what it is. It told me, like, it described the process of what it does. Like, or it didn't even describe it, didn't it? It said you mix it with starch and liquid. Like, it didn't tell me. It's the worst ever. That's been the worst ever dance around with Alexa I've had in a long time, because she's just said a load of nonsense, and eventually she got really close but didn't actually tell me, so I don't know the answer to this. Am I going to say buttermilk? It can't be water, can it? I don't recognise doing any water baking. I don't recognise doing egg white baking, but you do buttermilk, don't you? And oil, you can use oil. Yeah, Alexa's trolling me. She knows what she's doing. She's messing me about. Buttermilk. All this is making my tummy rumble now. I can have my toast in a minute. Ceramic beads or dry beans. Oh, come on. This is a baking quiz. So don't mess me about with simple questions like this. Ceramic beads or dry beans are used as weights during what baking technique? Is it laminating dough, proofing, docking, or blind baking? Obviously it's not laminating dough. Proofing with ceramic beads? Are you mad? Are you mad? This is why everyone, like, you go in your nan's baking drawer and she's got the bag of beans. They're beans usually, aren't they? The dry beans. And you say, what are these for, Nan? And she says, blind baking. And you say, what? With your eyes closed? And she says, no. And then you close the drawer. And then it's time to leave the drawer alone. The last one, buttermilk. And this one, blind baking.
Fact.
Fact, blind baking refers to baking a pie crust without any filling. The crust is then put in after.
Fact.
Because they're said to have a similar shape, choux pastry's name comes from a French word for what vegetable?
Bang.
Is it the spinach,
Bang.
the cabbage,
Bang.
the asparagus,
Bang.
or the squash?
Bang.
Obviously, this is stupid as well, isn't it? They're letting us down on the quiz here. Like, obviously, like, they should have put all things that were the same shape. Like, you know what shape choux pastry comes out like, yeah? So you're not going to guess spinach, are you? And if it's not spinach, then it's not asparagus, is it? Chocolate choux. Choux. Limmy. Lammy. I'm trying to do my Limmy voice. Lammy. Lammy choux. Lammy. Like, choux pastry doesn't look like asparagus. So it should have been like 4 different vegetables that look a bit like a cabbage. I think they've conned me out of a question there. Portions of choux pastry roll dough. Sorry. Portions of choux. Sorry.
Fact.
Right. Portions of choux pastry dough puff up when baked and resemble heads of cabbage. The term comes from the French pâté à choux, literally pastry in the form of cabbages.
Fact.
So there you go. I didn't know choux meant cabbage, but now I do. It's made me want to have an eclair now. I haven't eaten eclair since I've been vegan, literally, for years. That would be, that's a step out where it's like, should I eat this or not? No, I'm obviously vegan. But, like, an eclair, wow. Like, they used to be the fucking bangers. They used to be the bangers. You could, you get them in the supermarket and you can, like, you get either the really big ones where there's 2, or you get, like, the 5 in the box, and you just fucking nail the 5 in the box, just, brah. Like,
Fact.
I used to do that anyway. Like, when I become a hairdresser with my own salon, I was earning a little bit of money on my own. I used to go and, like, I used to do this because I've told you a couple of these stories before. It's lovely to do some of the things that when you were a kid you thought, oh, I wish I could do that, yeah? Like, I went into Thornton's once and bought all the Viennese truffles. I didn't used to go in Thornton's, I used to go in this other chocolate shop. It was, God, I can't remember the name of it. It was in this little precinct. And they did, like, the trays of the handmade chocolates or whatever. And, like, I always wanted to go in Thornton's and buy all the chocolates, all the Viennese truffles. So I went in their shop and I was like, I like the cherry ones that are dipped in the thing. They were like, yeah, how many of these do you want? How many, like, they put them in the bag for you. And I said, I'll take the entire tray. Thank you very much. And she was like, I was like, just bag them up. Take the entire tray. And, like, it's just really neat, like, Viennese. I think I've done that with Viennese truffles in Thornton's once as well. I didn't make a consistent theme of it in my life, but it's nice to be able to have gone in somewhere and said, I'll just take the entire tray, thanks. Like, it just really was fun. Like, yeah. So, and I think I've done that with things like eclairs as well. Like, when you're grown up and now it's your turn. Like, when I was a kid, you were never allowed to eat, like, more than one of the eclairs, in one sitting, where you go, I can eat the box, let me eat the box. And then when I'm grown up and I'm buying my own fucking food, box of eclairs, gone. When I used to send them to get the chicken nuggets at the salon, when I was, like, sending people to get the lunch, send people to get the lunch and just pick up an extra box of 20 chicken nuggets as well while you're there. Big spender. It's like ordering lobster in McDonald's, isn't it? Like, the equivalent of the 20 nuggets. But, yeah, I'll have a McValue meal and 20 nuggets. And, like, people are like, oh, big spender. Send them to get the 20 nuggets. They need to make a praline box. The Alpine praline, the 2 good ones from Thornton's used to be the little log, the Alpine log, the little praline slice thing, and the Viennese. They were the 3, weren't they? Viennese truffle. I think they've changed the Viennese truffle now. I can't remember. The one with the sugar on the outside. Yeah, I like chocolate as well. I like those specific kinds though, yeah. And again, like, marzipan, so good. They make these marzipan bars, and, like, I think it was a couple of Christmases ago, me and my friend, we were talking about how we enjoyed marzipan. So I went on the internet and I just bought, like, I was looking at the marzipan bars, like a chocolate bar, and then I just thought, well, fuck this. I just bought, like, a proper block of marzipan and just ate that, like, rah, rah, rah. And it's not good for you and you shouldn't do it, but, like, live like Elon Musk every now and then. Like, it's nice to do it, isn't it? It's just nice to do it. Feel confident I'm not just frittering your tippies behind the scenes here, going out and buying trays. This was back in the day when I was a bit more extravagant as a happy-go-lucky hairdresser, And a lot of these things, like the chocolates I took back to the salon, you know, it wasn't just me that ate them, but it was nice as well to be able to go back to the salon and be like, yeah, several bags of just really expensive chocolates here. You know, does anyone want a really expensive chocolate? I'll go for it. I don't mind. I've got several bags. Yeah, I ordered the entire tray. I don't know if you heard me counting. I've done over 1,000. You know, it's kind of fun. Booja Booja are the best vegan chockies. Are they on the internet? Are they on Amazon? Oh, this looks posh, look. Holland and Barrett as well, look. I don't have a Holland and Barrett account or whatever, but I was thinking of just ordering now. Sainsbury's, they've got me at Sainsbury's. I was thinking of going on here and just ordering like several boxes of these to show my extravagant life choice, like I was just explaining, but I'm not going to, but like, do you know what I mean? I feel like I should just like throw a load of those in a shopping basket and click buy. Just show you what a big spender I am. I'm a bit more frugal now these days, like a bit more careful, but like back then, like when I was in my heyday. It's nice. I tell you what's nice is to be able to go in a bar and just say, "Would you like a drink?" You know, just be generous with things. It's just nice to be able to do that. So. Do you know what I mean? If you're talking to people, say, no, get one yourself. Like when you order your drinks at the bar, you know, get one yourself. You know, it's nice to be able to do that. It goes two-way street. It's not just a kindness, like, you know, I'm not being nice to people. You feel nice in yourself, you know, feel happy about being, well, I do. I feel good at sharing, so. But also, like I said, big spender, isn't it? Get one yourself. No, get one yourself. Someone started up with power tools now. I think we're coming towards the end of the stream. I'm going to go and get me breakfast. I did say I'll run to about 11. We're coming up to 11, so that's cool. I get food repulsions and usually eat beige foods and bad foods. Yeah. Like when I was younger, my dad made me try well, it didn't make me, but like, you know, encouraged me to try lots of food, and we went to different kinds of restaurants. Our town has a lot of them, so lucky in that. And maybe it was a symptom of the divorce as well, in that, like, you know, you see your dad at the weekend, so you go out to dinner rather than him cooking your dinner all the time. But when he got more settled in his living accommodation, he would also cook a lot, and that also involved sharing lots of different culinary different things. So I'm very grateful that my dad did that, because like, although I choose not to eat animals now, I ate fucking all of them when I was younger. No, but like anything from snails when you're on holiday in Spain, or not Spain, sorry, France, or, you know, the stranger, more exotic things, I was encouraged to try and sample, and I think I've become quite brave with my eating because of it, I suppose. There's nothing I would say, oh god, I can't eat that, oh, it puts me off, even though some things I didn't used to like the texture of baked beans. I didn't used to like the texture of a greasy mushroom. People don't like the mushrooms much, do they? But cooked properly, mushrooms are really nice. So but yeah, like these days there isn't much that I'm like with the sweet and sour vegetables yesterday, there were some mushrooms in that weren't cooked the way I like them, but I just ate them anyway, because like, fuck it. Like, I think when you be like, yeah, I think veganism helped that, actually, because I look at foods a bit more like, because you used to say like the vegetables are the side dish, like now I look at them more as a main dish and like appreciate the differences and the nuances. A phobia with bread with holes in, that's like I don't want to get into that because it makes me feel icky as well. Certain things with holes in make humans do feel icky. There's a name for it, isn't there? Like misanthrope. There's a name for it. But if I get into it, I'll start thinking about it and it'll make me feel icky. Mushrooms bang. You know, was it the Mayans or one of the ancient people in South America? They were actually a vegan culture because they had corn and they had papayas and fruit, and like we're talking about like ancient peoples as well, yeah. Like, and they would make like cornbread tortillas and stuff, but they didn't put meat in it. They'd have beans as well, like, you know, the Mexican beans, the kidney beans. So they'd make like food with all that, and then the reason that they had all food groups covered without meat as a protein source was that they used to get this infection on the corn, and the corn would go yellow. Sorry, it would go purple. corn, mushroom. There it is. So this sort of like infection on the corn makes it grow all big and chunky like blue corns. That's actually a fungal infection, so it's like a mushroom growing on the corn. But that would provide them with another form of nutrient, wouldn't it? Because it's a chitin cell wall, not a cellulose cell wall. It's a different kind of organism, the mushroom. So with that, the beans, the fruit, the corn, obviously, it provided all their food groups, and they were a vegan society, I think, that were able to cover all the bases. Like, I'm sure I was watching in a documentary. It was like ancient veganism. Like, you don't have to eat animals to survive. Like, they had all these different food groups. Blue waffle, thanks. But it was like a sort of random thing. Not random, but you know what I mean? Like, I think they cultivated it in the end, but they eat it, look, they eat it. You'd think that it's gone bad because it's corn that's got a mushroom growing on it. So, oh, that corn's gone bad. But no, they cultivate it and eat it. So, Mexican, South American culture. Obviously, they eat a lot of animals as well. But like this particular, I think it was the mine. I don't know. It was Mesopotamian America. I can't remember if it was mines or another. No, it was a particular place, and they know this happened because they've got all the archaeology to prove it. And one of the other features of their society, and this is a really interesting feature of their society, their like old, ancient society, is that they had this growing in abundance around them. So they were able to, they had grain stores and, the archaeology of the city, they had all these stores for food. So the suggestion was that they sort of mucked in together to get all the grain stores full when it was harvest time or whatever, and then as a society they could survive off this stuff that they had stored up, so that freed them up to do other things like art, culture, other stuff, because usually a subsistence economy, you spend a lot of time just digging around in the fields, don't you? But the fact they had this abundance led to their culture and their civilization moving forward, because they had time to do more stuff, and that's because basically just the wonder of nature just growing in your back garden over there, growing all these different food groups all together, and it literally is together, it's on the corn, in the fields, it's all there. They just had to go and pick it. You grew a beautiful cauliflower and then didn't eat it because it was too cute to eat. I grew a pumpkin once and it was really big. This actually annoys me a little bit. My mum's boyfriend put his foot on it and cracked it, and that was the end of it. But I had it for over a year. You can do this with fruit, with foods like that. The pumpkin, I cleaned its surface a lot, kept it bacteria free, and it just stayed bacteria free. It's an enclosed system. It must have dried out inside, but then my mum's boyfriend put his foot on it once and it cracked, and then once it had cracked, that let the air into it, and then it rotted and had to go outside and was done. But kept it for over a year. It was a doorstop. It was really cool. That year when I grew those pumpkins as well, it was good fun to grow them, but I did a come dine with me evening where I had all the friends round. We did these come dine with me evenings, and I made everything pumpkin because I was trying to use up as much pumpkin as I could. Pumpkin bolognese, pumpkin pie for dessert, but trying to eat that amount of pumpkin, because they're big, aren't they? You only need to grow 1 or 2, but if you're growing the plant, you end up growing 6 or 7, don't you? Because they're all attached to the same plant. So I had extra pumpkins. One of them got stolen off the allotment as well, which I didn't really care about in the end. If someone needed food, I would have quite happily just left them pumpkins, have this one, have that one. But someone used to go through and steal things. I assume they were eating them and not selling them or whatever, but yeah, it's a bit sad because you didn't have to steal it. I had an abundance at the allotment and I'd have given you more than a pumpkin. Could have just come and talked to me. Seems a bit weird to just go and steal it. We get a lot of pumpkin in Australia. You've never had it in the UK. It's weird actually, yeah, because we grow it for the winter and people use them to make the jack-o'-lanterns out, and then they just fucking trash them. Most people don't even eat the inside of the pumpkin when they scoop it out to make the jack-o'-lanterns. But yeah, it's like a great big vegetable, isn't it? That's what I mean about people see vegetables as a side dish, and when you become vegan, you end up seeing them more as a main player. Because a pumpkin can be like, instead of making a beef bolognese, I made a pumpkin bolognese. You know, it's like the main thing in the dish. But and like I was I mean, I don't have the allotment anymore. That went during COVID, but I feel like with a little bit, and there was a bunch of hard work involved, not just a little bit, but you don't get it all the year round. Like, you don't get a consistent haul all the year round, but when you get your haul in, you know, when you get harvest time, there's actually such a lot of food you can't eat it all, and a lot of it ends up going back in the compost or given to people. You know, you literally, you know, no one can eat all the courgettes they grow. I've never seen anyone eat all the courgettes. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just can't get through them all. You try and maybe pickle a few and do this and that, give them away and stuff, but most people who grow stuff end up having a bit of an abundance. And if more of that was encouraged socially, like if there was more space for it as well. I know that we understand that a little bit, cities and green space, but you know, like if more of it was done, then there'd be more just stuff around. But I suppose it's not that beneficial to an economic society for us to just do it ourselves. Like literally after the war, people used to grow all their own stuff in the garden because there was the war on. They were made to do it, they were told to do it, and then after the war they were like, stop growing your own stuff and start buying our stuff. Don't grow as much stuff in your garden, it's a waste of time. Buy our stuff. You love our stuff that you have to buy. Honestly, like, it's like kind of like, not like, who would go around campaigning and encouraging people to unhitch themselves from the economic system of having to buy everything in the supermarket? Well, certainly not the supermarkets, and certainly not the politicians that Lord Sainsbury and friends support with them. But like, anyway, I'm going to go on a political rant at the end. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I think overall there's so much space that could be utilised, public, social, you know what I'm talking about, like more community-based projects for growing stuff. And it's not just that the people who go and do the growing on it should benefit. Like, there are loads of people in the community. Like, I took a load to the old folks home. I used to work there as a chef, so I've got a bit of a link. So, and they can't. Not everyone can. Like these days as well. This was madness to me. This tripped me out. And they couldn't take it at the food bank. The stuff we grew on the allotment, they couldn't take at the food bank, because I was going to set up a sort of collection box. I rang up the food bank and said, like, we've got an abundance at the allotment. I can set up like a, you know, everyone in the allotment can put their stuff in it, and we can just bring a load of vegetables, like not just me, and you can maybe even have it once a week or whatever. And they were like, no, because it's just like stuff that someone's grown, so it's not come through the like supermarket system. You know, it can't be checked and scanned, and could be anything in there or whatever. You know what I mean? But they weren't interested in having like the free food from the allotment at the food bank. But yeah, socially there could be a lot more available there, couldn't there? Looking at a horrible picture of an old piece of corn on the internet there. Nice food instead, but it's strange that. I think places like, you know, I know the mosques do a lot of feeding of the communities and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure places like that, if you gave them a great big box full of cucumbers or something, you know, or, like, you know, if you gave them a load of produce, they'd turn it into a load of meals. So there are still projects out there that probably do it, but certain official ones wouldn't take random donations of food like that, like, because you grew it. But we haven't done a lot in our garden this year. We've got beans and tomatoes and strawberries, but you know, we used to have such this variety at the allotment as well. I might get back into it a little bit, not an allotment but in the garden, maybe. I miss it this year, really. I don't miss going and doing any digging and stuff, but I do miss having the results. Yeah, a lot of it went to food bank, but a lot of food banks won't have fresh produce. Maybe it was the fact that it was fresh. I just couldn't understand that a food bank would turn down any offer of food whatsoever. But I do understand that if they just accepted any old, you know, random fresh goods, maybe they'd end up throwing away loads of rotten food. Like, I don't know. Like, there were some really organised people at the allotments, like, that were taking home, like, you know, like, it was like they had a little farm. And I just I never asked them really, but I wondered what they did with their, like, fucking, you know, rows and rows of, like, top specimen. You're thinking of quitting yours. It's weird, isn't it? There's a funny balance involved. Like, and also at the allotments themselves, I think there was a sense of, Like people wanted to run it really nicely. I wanted to have a little bit of a rack and ruin. I don't know. If I didn't put a lot of effort into some places and they just got a bit overgrown, I wasn't that bothered really. But like as and when. But yeah, you can learn a lot. Yeah. What I learned is you have to be down there fucking every day, like picking out all the weeds and like going mad on it. You know. There were some really little successful things that we did though that I thought would die. One of them I planted. I can't remember what it is now. For the life of me, I can't. I got some like I was interested in growing random different stuff. And one of them we got. Was it samphire? No, they're like little. It's sea something. Basically, I grew this plant and I put it in a planter, like a bucket one, like whatever you call it, plant pot thing, big one. And it wasn't much cop, it wasn't interesting, it didn't produce anything. And then it sort of died. So I thought, like, because you get annuals and you get perennials and all that business, don't you? Like, so I just put the bucket aside, not realising. But the next year it came up again and it was like big flowers, and the smell on the flowers, it was literally like honey. It was the most sweet flower that I've ever smelled in my life. Flowers are supposed to smell nice, but usually they don't really, you can't smell much off them, can you, flowers generally? But this was the sweetest flower I've ever smelled in my life. And it was like pure honey. It was a real joy, this big circular, lots of little flowers on it, this big thing that grew. I didn't expect it either, so that was a joy. Yeah. Right. I'm going to go get some toast.